Hi, I have in front of me here a 210 litre water butt, and it's a complete kit. It has both a stand and also the connection pipe to connect it to a down pipe. So I'm just going to give a quick overview of the main features of it, a very brief outline of how you install it, and just give you a good idea of what exactly this product consists of. So this product is becoming increasingly popular now, both for environmental reasons, but also, I'll say, with imminent water charges, things like this, I'd say this product will become extremely popular in years to come. So the key thing here is we have this lid here. Now we can turn this, just rotate it, take it off. There's one locking feature that's on it. I'm just actually going to tip this over quickly. What we can actually use is just by hand, or if we had a screwdriver or something like that. There's an actual flap here I'm going to show you in a second that'll lock it in position, stop children being able to take the lid off. So what we'll do is just rotate this around, and what we'll see here is what I was showing you earlier is this locking mechanism here. You can actually just rotate this and just lock into position and lock underneath this lid, stop the thing. So I'm just going to remove this lid at this point. And I'll come back and then we'll look at what else comes inside this pack. So the next thing is we have an instruction and also this hose pipe. So we'll just start off by looking at this. So the instruction manual that comes with it is reasonably good. So we have a connection pipe. This pipe will be used to connect the down pipe directly over to the barrel. We'll also have this. We'll use this to actually divert the water out of the down pipe, feeding from your gutters, whatever, over. And this connection here will go on the far side, and it will actually, what we would do is we'd actually drill a 26mm hole inside of this water butt here, very close to the top. And what we do then is we'd use this pipe here to feed across to it. Okay, we can actually cut this pipe to the exact length we need, the general idea. And the next thing here is I just rotate this around. I just pull the top off. And what actually happens here is water is feeding down, and what happens is if the tank isn't full, the water will simply feed in here and then feed through this outlet over into the top of the actual water butt. Now what happens is when the water butt actually becomes full, the water backs up in this pipe. When the water goes to divert in here, it's already full and it'll simply overflow and continue its downward journey down into your outlet gutter, okay? So that's just an overview of that. Now, it's no good, we'll say, mounting this directly onto the ground, because what we'd need at this point is we'd actually want to put a bucket or something underneath it and turn on our tap and let it out. And obviously we're very, very restricted in that regard. Now you can mount this on top of a series of concrete blocks or something like this, but that's both unsightly and also not necessarily overly safe, because it won't give the necessary stability. So actually in this water butt, just pull them up here, we have the following, which is an actual base to mount the water butt on. So we come down along, it simply clicks into position like this. I'll rotate it around. The next part here simply clicks down like that, and the final one we simply lift it up and click it in like that. So what we'll do at that point is we'll simply come along, we'll grab the water butt and we'll just mount it on like this. And at that stage then, as I was describing earlier, we would have a hole drilled here, we'll say, coming from a down pipe, and I would simply feed directly in there. I would obviously just unscrew this and put the screw on from this side and tighten in, and we have this rubber washer here that will give a water type seal on it. So generally we're going to be drilling the hole quite close to the top, obviously, of the water butt to maximise the capacity holding of it. So that's it anyway, an overview of the 210 litre water butt that's available on thegardenshop.ie. Oh, one final thing I might just note on this is that if you're feeding this into the gutter, one useful thing to do is maybe at the top of the gutter or something like this, to put in a small amount of mesh wire just to stop leaves and things like that flowing down, to stop them before it actually gets into the thing, which will obviously affect the workings of this. That's just one tip from past experience. So that's it anyway, an overview of the 210 litre water butt available on thegardenshop.ie.